Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. Some of our programs are recorded and some are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am Martha Brown, your host for today's activities. Today, we are delighted to have with us all day long our brain person, Emily Corbin, who is going to do Wits for us. I call them brain games because my brain certainly needs it, Emily. What have you got for us today?
Good. Well, I've got some fun things going on. Let me share my screen and we will get started. How is my connection okay so far?
So far.
Okay.
All right, good. So I'll just share my whole screen and then we'll play with
It says your bandwidth is low.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that same notice?
I see it. I don't think Emily can see it.
I don't see it.
Okay. It just
Okay,
said your bandwidth was low.
Supposed to be there.
Yeah, keep going.
We're going to learn something today. I have a feeling.
Oh,
I don't know. I hope technology will cooperate.
If
I wonder if I
only
should-
had a brain.
Right. These are all very big ifs, aren't they?
Oh, they are. A heart.
Right? Better.
Let's see, a brain, a heart.
Okay.
And
I gotta
what's
move
the
this
other
over,
one?
guys. Give me a sec. What is the other one?
Courage.
courage, yes.
Courage.
It's,
Rawr.
knowledge,
Brain.
brain, and courage. No, what's
Heart.
scarecrow? Scarecrow is what?
Heart.
Heart. No.
Heart.
Yeah, heart.
Heart.
Yeah.
My goodness, what we've learned.
Mm,
Now, when this,
Scarecrow is what again?
if I only had a brain.
Where did you guys
It's the
go?
Scarecrow is a brain.
We're here.
There you go.
Heart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
I feel like everything is a couple seconds behind, so we'll communicate the best we can.
Okay.
And Patrick, you just jump right in here and talk to us anytime.
That's right.
You're part of the group, okay?
I'm hearing.
Okay, you don't have to wait to be
All
called
right.
on.
Okay.
Okay.
And Patrick, we're kind of a rowdy bunch, so yeah, if you wait or raise your hand to be called, you'll never get a word in with these fine folks. So you gotta just jump in. But you don't strike me that you're gonna have a problem with it. I think you're gonna jump in when you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
So let's be fit with. Now that I have this graphic up in front of you, yay! All right. Anybody want to guess the theme?
The Wizard of Oz.
Let's be friends.
There's always an easy one at the beginning, right? So today is that correct, everyone?
Kansas.
That's correct.
All right. Today in Fort Worth, high of 91, 73 is our low.
All right.
And yeah, we'll take it, right?
Yeah.
We'll take it.
We will.
Nice sunflower.
We can't do anything about it.
Mm-mm.
It is a nice sunflower. Yesterday
Yeah.
was Ukraine Day, and would leave my sunflower up there from the last time. So, as you can imagine, this day on this day in history is significant as it relates to the Wizard of Oz, because this is a movie that we've all come to love. Debuted in theaters, opened in theaters around the country, and on
So
August
this is
25th,
my
1939.
contribution. I am 2 months older than that movie.
Whoa. Ooh.
So
Oh.
I wonder if your parents got to see the movie. Like, did they go to the movies? Because the movie did not do well at the box office.
No, it was not a very good movie at the start.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I'll just pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
But
It didn't
no.
become popular until they put it on TV.
That's right.
Yes.
And it was more accessible.
Yes.
People were able to watch it in living rooms with their families. And then it's interesting that worked out like that. I think people in the theaters at that time just had different expectations. So anybody else remember another movie that was around the same time that was also, it utilized the same color
Gone with the
process?
Wind.
Gone with the Wind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gone with the
Now
Wind.
that
Good job,
one-
Phil.
that's right.
Gone
I
with
do
the Wind.
declare, Phil got the answer.
Wow.
I do declare. Frankly, I don't give a.
I'm familiar
Now,
with all the good stuff
Gone-
that happened in 1939.
Black Beauty.
Black
my
Beauty.
goodness.
Black Beauty also,
Black
yes.
Beauty.
Go Nancy.
Nice. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's back when all those young
Okay,
stars were
can I just hear Phil?
Yeah, Phil, she wants to hear you, Philip.
I want to hear Phil say "I do declare" with the Charlotte accent. Come on,
Phil, did you hear that?
Not really. We didn't understand it. What
He
did
wants
say?
you to say, I do declare.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
do.
want him to say "I do declare." Dawn said it, so I thought, well, Phil.
I just said that I'm familiar with all the good stuff that happened in 1939, specifically beginning on June 27th.
June 27th.
And you remember that the day you were born.
From then forward.
He was born in a summer month. I was born in December, a cold month.
Opposites attract, right?
Yeah.
Opposites attract.
And
Yeah,
that yellow brick road is
December-
behind them, isn't it?
And I was born in December in Lubbock. Have you ever been to Lubbock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Tumbleweeds.
tumbleweed
Lubbock.
and cold in the month of December.
Yes.
Because my birthday is December
Cold.
the 12th.
Who
So
wants
you're
to
a
read this?
Sagittarius, just like Martha and me.
Sagittarius.
Yes,
Exactly.
That's right.
Kansas.
So we all know it was Judy Garland as our farm girl character. So here's, for anyone who doesn't know the Wizard of Oz story, but here's a quick synopsis. One sentence or two. Sorry, I should stop moving it, shouldn't I?
Thank you.
You're breaking up.
We're getting enough.
Kansas farm girl, Dorothy, who after being knocked unconscious in a tornado, dreams about following a yellow brick road.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Go on.
Paulette. Go ahead. Finish. Paulette, finish.
Keep going.
Paulette, finish reading.
Y'all are breaking up. We can't understand you.
Finish reading, Paulette.
Would you please finish reading, Paulette?
We can't understand what you're saying.
I
Uh-oh.
think their
Looks like you're getting a little
connection-
choppy too.
Yeah. So I wonder if we should chat with them in our chat, if that would help. If they'll
We've got
see
the
it.
chat open.
Oh, you do have it open?
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Paulette.
Chat with.
Oh,
Yeah.
that chat. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, is there another chat?
It's a live translation.
Oh,
And she wants you to continue reading this.
Oh, do you want me to continue to read this?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yes.
The film
Yeah.
stars Judy Garland as the young Kansas farm girl, Dorothy, who, after being knocked unconscious in a tornado, dreams about following a yellow brick road.
Come in, hold on.
Of Oz. Along the way, Dorothy encounters a cast of characters, including
Hi, I'm sorry.
the Cowardly Lion and the Wicked Witch of the West.
Thank you, Paulette.
Thank you,
You're
Paulette.
welcome.
Excellent. Thank you.
I just read it.
Good job. Thank you so much for doing that. So we recognize one of these versions of Dorothy. Did y'all know that for just a minute, Dorothy was going to be blonde?
Wow.
I did not.
And the director said, no, we're going to highlight Judy Garland's natural beauty. But they had her all dressed up like a doll, basically. And then at the last minute, the director said, no, let's do it this way.
Who'd have thought?
So
Uh-oh.
right,
We didn't hear that.
sorry about these technology
broke
challenges,
up.
you guys.
Yeah, you broke up. Yeah.
I'm gonna go recycle my internet.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like we're all,
Guys, I'm gonna move to the next room over that has a satellite to my internet and see if that helps.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're coming, but I'm just letting you know.
Well, it is nice. So that we get to wait just a little bit until she gets where she's going.
She's walking. Just give us a tour of her house.
She's walking. Oh, do you see all that? Oh, there
Yeah.
she is.
Oh, you can see that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm close to a little internet box right there if I stay here. So I'm gonna bring the rest of my stuff in.
Okay,
Hold that phone, okay?
we can do that. Yetta,
Mm-hmm.
on my computer, there's a box at the top that says view.
Mm-hmm.
You can either choose speaker or gallery. And if you
Oh,
choose
yeah,
gallery, you might be able to see all of us.
that's right. But when I have you all on, I can't, I like to have just the person who speaks.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Otherwise you get so small here on my iPad.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's true. Emily, you've got to have your beverages, right?
I do, at least 2 of them. Okay, well, this is how we're flexible, right? We're flexible with our brains, we're flexible with our bodies, and even our internet. Okay.
I'm glad you know where in your house it's better.
I didn't know. I thought it's worth a try, but I'm glad to know, like, we just found out, I think.
Hey.
Okay. I know that picture, it's a little bright behind me, but this will work, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You've got lots of my dad's art behind me too.
Yes, we see that.
Yeah. All right. Back on track. Here we are. So anybody been through one of these?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Myra grew up in Kansas, and I lived there in the same town she did for a long time.
That's right.
And we saw lots of these.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bet you did. And they're a lot easier to see when you're way out in flat
Right,
land and
right.
there's just nothing for miles.
And it's daylight.
And
Yeah. And daylight. Did you ever have any close calls, Don and Myra?
Well, we lived. This didn't happen where Myra was born, but we lived in. We went to school in Manhattan, Kansas, at the University of Kansas State University, and we had a trailer. We lived in a trailer park. How cliche in Kansas. And we had a big storm and some tornado warnings, and one night when we were laying in bed, all of a sudden we felt our trailer lift up, sliding back down, and then
we heard the sirens.
yeah,
Oh,
and then in the
Little
morning
late.
we walked out and we had a little 10 by 10 shed by our trailer, and the shed was gone, but everything that was in the shed was sitting right where it belonged. It didn't touch anything inside the shed.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
And what was in the shed was I was teaching school and I was collecting milk cartons,
Yes,
empty milk
Yep.
cartons that don't weigh
it
anything.
didn't blow away.
And they didn't move.
They were
Wow.
all stacked just how I'd stacked them in there.
that's
Oh my
amazing.
That
Oh, my
is
word.
Now,
So
that's a close call.
crazy.
Mm.
Wow.
It's
Well,
lucky we had what we had is we had straps on our trailer to keep it from being just easily removed,
Wow.
and so
did
I
they
think that's what
stake into the
that's what kept
ground?
us on the ground. Yeah,
Mhm.
That the
Oh.
straps were held in by some kind of a stake that
cement and
into concrete? Okay.
concrete with a strap that
A
went
strap that goes over
over
it.
it, a metal strap.
Like a belt for your home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. That is really interesting.
Mhm.
And I have been through some as well, but always in the city, and they seem to kind of lose energy as they move towards the city most of
Yeah.
the time, but not always, of course.
Not always, no.
Right. Yeah, I was downtown during the one that hit downtown.
Oh, really?
Um,
Oh, wow.
The
Yeah.
Mayfest one?
No, not the Mayfest one. This was, what year was that?
was-
2001?
2000 or
Maybe.
2001, yeah.
Oh,
2001, the one that, so there was a bad one that hit near downtown and blew up the Bank One building. Do you guys
yeah.
remember that?
Oh,
That
yes.
That's
glass
right.
curtain.
I remember that one. Yeah.
I was downtown. I watched that building blow up from the ground floor. I mean, the building didn't blow up, but I did watch the glass go
Wow.
all the way. It was a sight to behold, and I should not have been anywhere near a window watching that, but I was mesmerized. I was really, really mesmerized, and I just couldn't look away.
Yeah,
Really
I
crazy.
understand. No, I understand. I've seen.
Yeah, it's like
I've watched.
the tornado was hypnotizing me.
I'm sure it did. Yeah. Patrick, have you
Yes.
ever been close to a tornado?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How close have you been to a tornado?
About a mile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's close enough.
that's close enough. Absolutely close enough.
yeah. That's as close as I would want to be before I start going the other way, right? Probably closer.
Yes.
All right.
No,
Who's there with Dorothy.
Now Dorothy is coming to a fork in the road,
Yeah.
and Casey Stango said, "Always take it."
Ah, okay. Seems like good advice.
Patrick, that's so cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I love it.
Angle. Always take it.
Always take it. And she is coming to a fork in the road, and it's like she gets to make a decision here pretty soon, which that happens in our dreams sometimes, right? Or where you decide to go in your dream just makes a huge impact as far as the feeling of the dream. So she's having her dream, and she comes to this fork in the road, and well, what does she do? Anybody?
Takes.
I don't-
She,
Maybe you
She
know,
makes
and
a
maybe you don't.
scarecrow. Is that where she
Yeah.
meets the scarecrow?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, in the cornfield.
I think we're frozen again.
Oh, we
Uh-oh.
hear you.
We hear you,
Right.
Paul and
Yeah.
Phil.
We hear you.
Alan, Phil.
You're there.
Paulette and Phil, sorry.
You hear us.
Yes.
This one
I
got
called him
switched.
Pill and Follette the other day.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. We could make one of those Hollywood couple names for them.
Oh, we could, yes.
Philette or I don't know. I like Follette. That's a good one. So this one is
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, so
Oh, yes, yes.
since
I've
we were
seen that
talking
too.
about these storms, yeah, I wanted to
Yes.
ask you guys if everybody saw this from when was it? Back in June or July? I think it was in June. That these crazy storms in South Dakota.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we can see it.
Dawn and Myra, you saw it. So
Yeah.
the sky turned green.
Does,
And-
yes.
It does turn green in tornadoes often or right before.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But in this case, no tornadoes. It was just fast moving, distant energy and hail.
Yeah,
And it just made these spectacular photos.
yeah.
And a lot of people became internet famous from their photos. So here's a couple more that I mean, from what I can tell, these became such a big deal because they're not edited for color, right?
Yeah.
The sky was this color. Can you
Ooh.
imagine? And so it just, when I was working on our theme for today, it really made me think of The Wizard of Oz. And in the beginning of the movie, right, it starts off as black and white and there's no color. But I bet if they had color in that first part of the movie, it would have been like this storm in
Mhm.
South Dakota. It would have been this green sky.
Could be, yeah.
And let's see, does anybody know what that kind of storm that happened in South Dakota, what that was called?
I don't. Tell us.
It's called a Dericho.
A Dericho.
A Dericho.
That's a new word. for me.
Dericho. And yeah, it's not something we hear about often, but you know, all of the meteorologists, as soon as this happened, they were so excited because something that, you know, they learned about in school finally happened in real life and in a big way, right? So yeah, I know Don's looking it up right now, so he's going to tell us everything we need to know about Dericho.
No,
here in
not
just a
really.
second.
I'm just trying to.
Yes, he is.
It's a
you can tell.
collaborative. Yes, he is. I know. That's why these are collaborative efforts, right?
That's right.
Okay, so who
We're a
do we have
family.
here? These are our friends, right?
That's
that
right.
He meets along the way, and who do we have?
We got the Scarecrow, we got the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, and the Tin Man.
Yep. And well, we talked about the Scarecrow. What was his problem?
The scarecrow?
Yes,
I thought he wanted to be smart.
He did. He wanted to be smart.
Yes,
He
he
wanted
didn't have
a brain.
didn't have a
Have a
brain.
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 That's right.
Yep. And then what about the guy in the middle?
He didn't have courage.
Courage, cowardly like.
Yep.
I loved
I
it
think
when
I
he
have
would
him.
cling to his tail.
Yes,
Remember when he clung to his tail?
yes.
I'm so scared.
So I put them in the right order now,
Mhm.
so that we've got actually the Tin Man in the middle. So does anyone recall when Dorothy encountered the Tin Man?
When she was in the apple orchard, when the apple trees were throwing apples at her.
Yep.
I'd forgotten
And
about that.
he rescued her from the apples, right? Or I
Well,
mean,
he was all
in a way.
he had to be oiled to get to move. She oiled him up.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he rescued her.
Oil can.
Oil can, yeah.
Um,
That's it.
and then the lion. So the character who played the lion, the character who played the Tin Man was supposed to play somebody else. There were all these things in the original movie where one person was supposed to play a character, and then they had all kinds of trouble with makeup and with props.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys, sorry to interrupt, but we have to go to a doctor's appointment.
Good luck.
Oh,
Good luck.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
We're recording
We'll
this
miss
one
you.
and we'll post it.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
gang.
see you soon. What was I even talking about?
The apple tree was throwing apples.
Yes.
And that's
Oh,
when
I
she
think
came onto
I
the Tin Man.
mentioned that the actor who originally was going to play the Tin Man had an allergic reaction to the makeup that made him silver, and he had to quit.
Wow.
And that's how the actor who ended up doing it got the job,
Wow.
which is really crazy. And then the
Yeah.
actor who played the Scarecrow had a bunch of issues with not being able to breathe while he had that mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently the marks that the prosthetic part of the mask made on his face, some of those marks were semi-permanent indentations on his face, to where they didn't go away for around a year or so.
Wow.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
people suffer for this art that we enjoy, just, keeping that in mind. Uh-oh. We have an empty slide.
Oh no. I bet that's the first time that's ever happened.
So
Off to see blank, the wonderful blank of blank.
yeah, I thought it might be fun for us to think of alternative ways of completing this sentence. And so I might do that a little bit in a few minutes here.
Hurry.
Uh-oh. One moment with my sharing
And
pause.
then there's Dawn, we're off to see the doctor, the wonderful Doctor of Dawn.
Ah, that's a good one.
Since they've just left.
Okay. So I also thought it would be fun for us to fill in the blank. There's no place like.
Home.
Yeah, and so I'm interested in, and Patrick, maybe we start with you. If
There's
you
no
were
place
gonna
like a doctor's waiting room.
Nice. Yeah.
It has
Patrick
all
knows
of the oldest
exactly what I'm
magazines.
going to ask.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you're good, Martha.
They have all of the oldest magazines, Patrick.
Oh,
Well, now with COVID around, a lot of doctors' offices don't have magazines anymore.
that's true. And the old magazines used to be in barbershops.
Ooh. I was
Yeah.
never in a barber shop, but I can see that would happen.
Yeah.
Hans, did you ever see a magazine in a barber shop?
Yes.
Yes. They have them in beauty shops because all of the women just gather around and almost fight over them.
So if we were going to fill in this sentence the way that Patrick did, that there is no place like home, but fill it in with a different word, no place like a doctor's waiting room. I'm interested to know, Hans and Jette, is there something that Is there a place that you can think of that's like no other?
There's no place. I say like home.
You say like home.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's your favorite place in the world?
Place.
Our favorite place, or my favorite place? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's a
If you
difficult.
had to pick one. If you had to pick one and make it your home. And hey, we have the internet, so we'll see you wherever you are.
Well, I think at this time in my life, I think I would move back to my hometown.
Oh, nice. And tell me your hometown again. It was on the Tour de France, right?
Yes, it is. Or it was. Yeah, it's called Nyborg, and that means Newcastle. Nyborg.
All right.
And that was in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
For Patrick's information, since he's the new kid on the block.
Yeah, thank you, Martha.
Yeah.
So definitely a place that we might like to visit, and maybe just maybe you'll see these places on your screen one day soon.
Ooh.
How do you spell it again, Yetta?
Nyborg.
Thank you.
And you pronounce that like the letter U.
Nyborg.
New.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it means Newcastle.
Nice.
Well, that sounds like a lovely place to be.
Oh, it is.
I like it. So, and does Hans agree with you that he would want to go there as well, or does he have a different place? Hans, if you could go anywhere.
I'm happy to go with Jette.
I bet you are.
But where would you prefer to be, Hans? It's all right.
Nobody's going to send you without your permission.
No.
That's right. And also, let's say that she was going to come with you wherever it is.
Where would you like to go? Hans.
There are so many places I can.
It's true. How wonderful that you've been so many places that you have enjoyed that it's hard to choose one, right?
Yeah, really.
That's true.
That's what a gift that is.
It's a gift, yes.
Yeah.
I once had a husband who had never been out of the state of Texas until we went on our honeymoon.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Now, that was a shock to me.
You got to go to another state.
He'd never been out of Texas.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
So deprived.
Yeah.
Really, really. Well, some folks think there's no other, there's no place like Texas. I would agree there's no place like Texas,
There's
but
not.
I agree
there are
too,
sure a
that
lot of
there's
other
no
places.
place like Texas.
It is a true statement, right?
Mhm.
Oh, goodness. And
Nancy?
what about Nancy? Yeah, I can't see your picture down there, Nancy. There
Nancy,
you are.
if
There
you
she
could pick
is.
any place in the world, where would you go to live?
To live,
Yeah.
Or visit, either way.
I probably would go to Hawaii. Martha and I were
Why?
talking about it today. The weather is so lovely.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
All right.
Nancy, I
I
would
love
go
it.
with you in a heartbeat.
I would
get a
too.
triplex. We get a triplex.
And another place I love is Sedona.
Oh, yeah. Sedona is beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's see.
If you put those two sentences together, there's no place like Washington, D.C. Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't you think?
Yeah.
Martha, you've outdone yourself.
Woo. no matter who's in power.
Some
Oh,
people
hello,
without brains
Hawaii.
do
How
an
beautiful.
awful lot of talking.
So
And
who in this group has always lived in Texas?
not me.
Okay, you're out. Okay.
Oh, I
Not
think, Paulette,
me.
you may be the only one.
I may be the only one that's lived in Texas.
Only in Texas.
Oh,
The only one that's only lived in Texas.
yeah, that's the only state I've lived in.
Then you get the prize,
You sure do.
I do.
right?
Yeah.
You do.
Lucky me.
You get the Texas prize. Let's see
Oh,
if I can
yeah.
get this our
Nowadays, that could be
background
a
image.
booby prize, right?
It could be.
Now, Phil.
You know, Philip grew up in Chicago. I grew up in Lubbock. What a difference.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Thank goodness for
Chicago
the phone
to
company.
Lubbock.
Thank goodness
Phil,
for the
would
phone company.
you? Right. So, how would you fill in that sentence? There's no place like.
Home?
Okay, so that's how Dorothy fills it in. And if you could fill it in with anything you want, any place, you could fill it in with home, but you could also pick any place in the world. What
No,
would you make it?
I wouldn't want to go any other place. I like to live in Texas.
Oh, well, there it is.
Okay,
There it is.
there it is. Philip grew
Through
up
and
in
through.
Chicago. He grew up in Chicago, but we met in the workplace, General Telephone Company, actually,
Okay.
where we met.
And Phil, if you could make your home anywhere in the world, where would you make your home? Anywhere.
It would
It
have to
doesn't
be
matter.
someplace with a nice beach.
A beach, oh my word.
Yay.
So yeah, maybe we live
Maybe
half the year
somewhere
in
in the
Hawaii.
Caribbean,
What do
or
you
like
think?
Nancy, maybe in Hawaii. I like Maui a lot.
Yes, me too.
We have a very nice
Not too
beach in my
shabby.
hometown.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, Yetta, I'm so glad you told me that, because I'm not alone. Maybe I don't think in that I don't think of Denmark when beaches come to mind. Denmark is not the first place that comes to mind. So thank you for reminding us that there is a diversity of landscape and experiences everywhere, all over the world.
That's true, yeah.
There's a question on one of the Jeopardy games that we have that says
Mhm.
in New Zealand, what percentage of the people live on the coastline? And the answer is 90%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Nobody lives
mostly
inland.
yeah, it's mostly coastline.
And the sheep take over the rest, right?
I think they do,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Bad. That's bad, Phil.
Wow, Martha, she's got the quick wit today, doesn't she? She was ready for the wit.
See, fit wit. I saved it all just for you.
Exactly. And what about you, Patrick? Is there a place than any other place?
A comfortable bed.
comfortable.
All right.
Go, Patrick.
Simple,
Oh,
simple, and yet very important.
comfortable bed.
Lolly.
Bill, where were you in Chicago?
Where were you in Chicago? Are you asking Philip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived on the south side of Chicago. You know where former President Barack Obama has his residency down by the University of Chicago? I was not all that far from there.
Okay, I was at 55th and
We used to be able
Western.
to ride our bikes down there anyhow.
I was at 55th and Western, Gage Park.
Oh,
You
my
know-
goodness.
Small world.
It's a small.
When I was working construction with my dad, we built a lot of homes over in that area. on 55th and Western Avenue, and over by Cicero Avenue.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you remember Riverview Park?
Riverview.
I do remember Riverview. I remember riding the Bobs.
Yes.
What was Bob?
What is Bob's? Is that a restaurant?
The Bob's was a roller coaster. You know,
Oh.
at one time,
Oh.
it was one of the largest roller coasters in the United States. And Riverview
Well,
Park.
it went down into the water, didn't it?
Huh? What was the
It
question?
splashed down into the water.
It
No,
splashed-
it didn't go into the water, no. They had a log ride that went into the water, though.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So is this it? Let's see.
That's it.
Wow.
Oh, my
That was-
goodness.
That was
No.
pretty fun.
There it is, the Riverview Park Bob's.
Wow.
Roller coaster. Hmm. Hmm.
That
Well,
looks
that's
like
really
fun.
cool.
Well, which one was it that went in the water? You say the log?
Hmm.
So you know what? Until this moment right here, I had no idea that,
I don't remember.
maybe the
ever
scene in
riding
Bob's
a roller
Burgers.
coaster that went into the water. I remember riding logs down what they call a fume and going into the water, but I don't ever remember a roller coaster doing that.
well, I just learned something. So I guess Bob's Burgers, the TV show, the idea, or at least the title, came from that roller coaster.
Oh, it came.
Has anyone ever seen that show? It's a cartoon, but it's pretty funny. It's silly.
Nope.
It's silly.
I
huh?
haven't.
Do they have hamburgers there at the roller coaster? Probably
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
eat one before you get on, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. All right. How interesting.
And they had the parachute ride there.
The parachute ride. What's
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Parachute ride.
They would take you up about 200 feet and let you go.
200 feet, let you go.
Ooh.
Oh, my word.
And just drop you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And Patrick, is that something that you did regularly?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Whee.
Oh, my
I would get on the CTA and then get off an hour later, and there I was.
word.
Okay. Well, so public transportation, big deal there in Chicago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
CTA.
We're a little bit behind the curve on all that here in Texas, but we're doing a little bit better. Oof. We've got now, Lolly, you got to cooperate here.
Chicago was laid out to where there was a streetcar line or a bus line
Yeah.
within a mile of wherever you were.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that was very convenient. Yeah.
They were smart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is smart. So I thought we would move into a couple of these quotes, and then we're, believe it or not, time to wrap up.
Oh, it
Crazy.
is, yes.
I
We're
know,
right
I know.
before 11:30.
Time flies. We have
does.
such a
We're
good
having
time
fun.
together.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you guys can tell that I'm a Wizard of Oz buff, right? And one of the things I love about it is that this journey that these friends all go on together, they all set out looking for something, right, and needing something. And they think that they're going to find this thing that they want or that they need outside of themselves. They think that they're going to be given this magical gift bestowed upon them by the wizard. But really, all the wizard does is the equivalent of hold up a mirror to them and say, everything you need is like, you already have that. It's inside of you. And the good witch does that for Dorothy, right? She says, you just have to click your heels together.
I just saw it.
It's all right there. So
Yes.
The
I
best
love
piece
this
of advice
message.
from the movie,
What's that?
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah.
Yes, it does come in handy. So out of the characteristics that that the characters go on in search for, their smarts, right? Brains, heart, courage,
Home.
and home, right? All of those things, they're carrying them around with them right inside. They just have to find them. And what they do is they spend this time together and they find those things inside of themselves. And I love that as a theme for all of us when we're together, because we get to spend this time together and point out to each other that since we're on these screens, right, and we can do this from anywhere, wherever we are, we have exactly what we need, and we are exactly what we need to be. So I just love that message, and I'm gonna leave y'all with that message.
Oh, Emily, thank you.
Oh,
What a blessing.
it's so true. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I know Emily needs to fold her tent and get ready for what's to come. So
You know what we're doing? Sorry,
No, go
I'll
ahead.
interrupt and just tell you real quick.
Go ahead.
For the last 3 weeks, Steve and I in the 1130 program and Heather have been working on, because Steve lived in Thailand for such a long time, there was a day in history recently that had to do with someone from Thailand. And so we built our whole class around that. And we've been planning a vacation to Thailand together for the last 3 weeks. And so if anybody wanted to go on that journey with us and explore Thailand, you are welcome.
At 11:30?
Yep. And
Oh,
and we'll
thank
have a finished product soon. I don't know when. We've decided we're having so much fun with it that we're just not going to stop for a minute.
It's not today, but it's sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil,
Philip.
I did some checking on the internet. It was called Shoot the Shoots.
Shoot the shoots.
Really? What was that?
That was a water ride.
Everyone,
A
The
water
water ride.
ride.
I'm going to jet everyone. Hugs and kisses to all of you, and I'll see you real soon.
Thank you, Miss Emily.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Bye,
Well,
Emily.
here we go.
Long
Bye.
farewell.
Bye.
La, la,
Okay,
la, la,
so-
la.
Fit Wits is 10:30, 11:30, and 1:30 today. And then tomorrow, drum roll, Friday, oh, we have music all day. Tony Palos and his piano at 10:30 and 11:30. And at 1:30, Naoko and her solo harp.
All right.
Pretty
We-
awesome.
We won't be there, Martha.
Okay. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and be cool.
Okay, you too.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
So
Bye.
long.